Sometimes I feel like I've chased them through my house.
Sarah just running around.
I'll with a broom, I'll chase them out of my house.
That's funny.
I'm like, get out.
Your neighbors are like, she's like, oh, what the f*** is she doing?
Yeah, if you're around with my shit, if you're poking around corners and stuff, I'm like, get out. You got it. We're not doing this.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dysfunctional Duo. Here's your first taste of dysfunction. I spit too. That was disgusting. Hi, everybody. How are you today? Thank you for answering. How are you today?
Good.
Okay.
Doing great.
We're on a good roll.
Is your first taste of defunking?
Defunking. I don't know what I was trying to say. I have a problem with words, I think. I just can't say them.
How are you? How's apartment hunting going, friend?
Fuck, it's awful. I was talking to Chad about this the other day. Wink. And, I just, want to die. It's so frustrating because, every place that I see, some of them are nice, but then, I don't know, I just get, a bad feeling about it. I'm just, there's, an energy in the air that I'm I don't want to live here. Mm-hmm. I can't live here. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah.
And we've talked to a broker, and we're going to go talk to a realtor soon to see about potentially buying just, a shit shack. I don't even care. But I'm I'd rather at this point, I know it's a little bit more expensive for a mortgage, but I'd rather put the extra, $300 towards a house, a month towards a house, mm-hmm. than, pay for rent that, realistically, sure, you don't have as much on your plate, in considering, things falling apart or, hail damage, whatever, that doesn't fall on you when you're renting, but, at least it's an investment, you know?
Yeah.
Once you're in the real estate world, you're in it. And I feel it's just getting in. It's putting your foot through the door. That's kind of the hard part.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Because I don't, I'm trying not to be picky. I really am. I'm trying not to be picky. It's just, everything I've seen so far, I'm just, it's either a little too expensive where it's, at this point, I'd rather just put my money away and buy a house. Or it's cheap and, it's, fairly affordable. But I'm for what? You know, for a basement suite, which I'm so over basements. I actually don't think I could live in a basement again.
Really?
I don't think I can do it.
Is it about, not having a lot of light?
There's a lot to it. It's a lack of light. I feel basement suites kind of get, gonna get, the shit hand of the stick. Because, you hear people more on the basement than you do on the top floor. Mm-hmm. So, it's constant noise. I'm a loud streamer. And I want a space where I can stream and, do my thing without worrying about being a nuisance to other people. Mm-hmm. Overly, you know? With apartments and shit, they're more with, installation. They're more careful with that, more so. Basement suites, more likely than not, are people who renovated their basement hoping to get an extra few bucks a month.
Yeah.
You know? And, a lot of these people have kids. And, I love kids, but when they're, screaming and running around at, 7 a.m. on your day off, you're kind of shut the fuck up.
Yeah, yeah. No,
but you can't. Valid. I mean, they're kids. They're going to do it. And,
yeah, it's not their fault.
No. They're going to do what they're going to do, and that's just that. I just, I don't want that right now. Unless that's it's fair. My own kids, I don't want to hear other people's kids, stomping around.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's been difficult. I'm not going to lie. It's been difficult.
When do you have to find a place by?
July 1st.
GG's,
right? I don't know what I'm going to do.
You'll find something.
I don't know. It'll fall into place.
Yeah, it always does.
And we just, our realtor will help out quite a bit. He's in the Turkish mafia, so we got it in with the Turkish mafia.
Okay, great.
Don't ask me why.
Okay, great. This place is very cheap, but somebody died here, but you don't need to worry about that.
I would honestly, if someone was yeah, anyways, this is $300,000 beautiful bungalow, updated appliances, maybe needs a paint job. Also, there's, there was a beheading right there, but you have a beautiful backyard. I'd be
if somebody took you to a place and they were somebody died here, you would take it?
Honestly, depending on the circumstances, I probably would. Is that a deal breaker for you? Like, if you were house hunting and they were like, we have to disclose that within the last 5 years someone did pass away on this property, would it deter you from buying a place? Even if it was like your dream house, like everything you could ever want in a house.
It wouldn't deter me, but it would be a very large contributing factor for me not to pick it.
You would have to ask questions, right?
Well, like, okay, I'll give you an example. So, like, way back when my husband and I were just starting to date, he was looking for apartment buildings, and there was a friend of ours who lived on, like, where we worked at the restaurant. It was, like, downtown on the main, like, road. Like, it was a big main strip, and there was really no apartments on the area, but she actually lived on that avenue. And she was like, oh, yeah, I have an apartment here. Like, I literally walk, like, 2 minutes to work. And we're like, oh, my God, where do you live? And she was like, oh, like, I'll take you guys. And so she's like, we actually have, like, an open apartment building that is, like, right next to me if you want to, like, come live. But they're like teeny tiny studio, like a closet of an apartment, which is fine. Like, when you're young and you're just looking for a place to, like, basically put your head, like, yeah, I'll take this teeny tiny little shack.
For sure.
So we went to go check it out. And it all felt okay, but then I kept walking down the hallway and I was feeling like a little uncomfortable. And then she got her landlord to like open the door so we could go check out the room. And the minute I walked through the door, I immediately felt uncomfortable. And like fucking weird about it. Like really, really weird. And we looked at it and he was like, oh yeah, maybe I'll take it, da 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 da. And then we went over to her apartment and we started talking about it, and she was trying to find like ways to like convince us to like move in, all this kind of stuff. And I was like, what happened to the last like tenant? And she's like, oh, he actually died. And I was like, did he die in the apartment? And she was like, he hung himself on the door.
No.
And I was
on the door.
He hung himself. There was like an open window that sat right above the apartment door, so you could like open and close it. And he took a rope and put it through the window, closed the window, and then hung himself off the like window in front of the door.
Oh my God, that's awful.
And I turned to Leah and I'm like, you're not moving there.
Absolutely.
I will not come see you if you move there. And I was like, look, I don't know what's going on in that place, but bro's still there.
Oh, for sure.
And like not happy.
Well, I mean, he clearly wasn't in his life.
And it was like the most uncomfortable I've ever felt. It was like very creepy. It was very desolate. And I was like, nope.
That's so interesting. It makes me wonder because like that I understand. But in the apartment that you ended up living a couple houses down, that place was awful. Like, we've talked about it extensively. Like, that was probably the most haunted place I've ever had.
It was haunted, yes. It was haunted.
Did you ever, like, walking into that apartment when you were first getting shown it, did you feel off in that moment, too?
No, because it wasn't haunted then.
Oh, it came later.
Well, I've told you why I think this place was haunted.
Yeah, in the basement. And yeah, but I thought maybe they were already there.
No, she moved in after us.
Okay, that explains it then.
She moved in after us.
That explains it.
She like moved in like 6 months after us. That's literally when it started.
Because I do remember, like,
because none of those ghosts there,
yeah,
were there because they lived there.
They followed her, or they were.
I don't think they followed her. I think she was a witch.
Yeah, she invited them.
I think she was doing seances and she was calling to them, and then they got stuck.
Yeah, that was an awful place.
None of them were. Any of the ones that we ran into, any of the ones that like I felt like I was in there, I'm convinced there was about 12 that lived there, and each one of them were of different walks of life, felt like different time periods. They were all different, and none of them I think belonged there.
I would have to agree.
And I think that's why they were causing shit.
I would have to agree. It was honestly, genuinely, like, without this experience, I would say like I could be potentially suspicious of the paranormal, but with this experience, there's just no way. Like, when I had to stay there for watching your cats, I've never been more uncomfortable in my entire life.
Yeah.
Never been. And, like, I've been around haunted places. Like, I would consider myself to be haunted, potentially. And, like, my mom...
a lot of the ones that we ran into in that apartment didn't know why they were there.
We're very angry.
We're kind of pissed off about it and would latch onto you the minute you realized that you could feel them.
Yes. Fuck the feeling. I just remember laying in your bed and I had to keep the door open because the cats wanted to come in and out. And into the hallway, it was just darkness. Like, you could see the closet, but like that's all it was. It was just darkness. And yet it was as if someone was standing there just watching me. Like, refused to walk into the room, but like the idea of like leaving your bedroom was so horrific to me. I probably upped your electricity bill because I could not sleep without the TV on. I had to have the TV
Yet
on.
at that point, that bedroom was safer than when you did laundry in the basement.
I did laundry at my house and I brought it back to your house.
No, you went to that laundry room once.
And it was awful.
Yeah.
That's why I had to go home. I chose once to drove for
And that
40
laundry
minutes.
room was right across from where she lived.
That explains it too. See, like I get full body chills just thinking of that
The
place.
basement was the worst part because that's where she lived. But the issue was that like they were all over that building.
All over it. The hallways were definitely different. It was, I don't know. Sometimes it was childish. Sometimes it was just, it felt busy. Like there was just people walking all the time. Mm-hmm. Honestly, your apartment late at night was the worst, I felt. Mm-hmm. I don't know about other people's apartments. Obviously, I wasn't in them. They wouldn't let me in. I got denied at the door. But your apartment at night, especially at night. And it was a man. I know for a fact it was a man.
Yeah, that was before we realized that he was there. Mm-hmm. Once we realized he was there, none of them ever came in. I mean, we had a few other incidences, but most of them weren't allowed in after that.
Yeah.
Some of them found their way in, but they were never harmful the way that he was.
No, he was. I don't even know how to. It was almost like he knew he was top shit.
It was predatorial.
Yeah. Yeah, because it wasn't necessarily mean. Like, he didn't touch me.
He didn't do anything. It was he would stand in like the corner and you'd feel him staring at you.
Yeah.
And he'd invade your dreams.
Yeah.
That's what happened to Leo and I. He fucked with our sleep.
Yeah, I like couldn't sleep. I almost refused to sleep. I knew if I did, like, I felt as if I fell asleep, I was like vulnerable. I had such a hard time. I would literally stay up until my body just gave out from exhaustion.
Yeah.
And I had to sleep.
I was always like, there's a lore or like a creepypasta about it that if you hear knocking at your door late at night and there's two kids standing at your door, you do not open it.
Like your front door?
Yeah. And it's like, if there's two kids standing at your door, they've knocked on your, do not open it. And it's because like you're inviting. Did you hear that too?
No, I don't think I heard it.
Okay. You're inviting like something into your house. Mm-hmm. And I always got really like weird chills about that in that apartment building because I always expected there to be two kids at our door.
Right?
And me to look through like the hole in the apartment door and there'd be like two kids standing there.
And see, my dumbass would be like, it's too early for Halloween. I don't have any candy.
We never had trick-or-treaters in the apartment building.
No, I don't even know if you had kids in that apartment building.
Well, maybe, but not ones that live there.
Not a live
I remember
ones.
thinking that there was kids there because we heard that like one child-sized something running back and forth in the hallway at like 10 p.m. at night.
Yeah. Child size something. If I ever die...
It had to have been the size of a child. It did not sound very big.
No.
It sounded like a kid running up and down the hallway.
Mm-hmm. That's so creepy.
Yeah, that was a weird one.
If I die and get like seanced into like a random house, I'm also causing like ruckus. Like fully.
I wouldn't cause ruckus. I would just ask to be like fucking let go.
No, I'd be like, okay, well, I live here now. I'm also family. Where's the turkey? I'm here for Thanksgiving.
No, I would literally like write messages on the mirror after they shower.
Let me go.
Yeah. Get me the fuck out of here.
Oh, I would fuck with them. I'd be like Slay Queen. They're like, what the RuPaul? Who is this? I don't understand.
Okay, baddie.
Okay, Patty. And they're like, wait.
I'm like, okay, I kind of like this ghost.
If I was a ghost, like, I would be, like, a fun ghost. Like, I would cause ruckus, but not, like, a menacing way. They'd be like, Spencer, fuck off.
Like, would you, like, change the channel to the show that you want and kind of, like, stuff like that when you're watching
absolutely.
TV? Yeah.
I had that happen to me in my car once. I was driving home from a client's house. And I think I picked up a hitchhiker from their house because I was going through their old stuff. They asked me to. And I was working with an elderly man, and he was asking me to go through his greeting cards. So I was going through his greeting cards, and there was pictures like from like the 1930s and stuff. And I was like looking at them like, oh, interesting. And then after a while of doing this, I would see something from out of the corner of my eye, and I'd look, and I'd be like, that was weird. Anyways.
I hate those moments. That happened to me recently.
Really? Oh, like here?
Yeah.
Oh, hi. Who are you?
No, I think they're gone now. But yeah, I was watching TV and I saw, for people who don't believe in ghosts, this is going to sound like fucking crazy, but like I can't explain these things away.
Yeah.
I was watching TV downstairs in the living room and someone was looking at me. So like, you know the layout of my house, but for people who don't, I have like my living room, my dining room, the kitchen, and then like where the bathroom is, there's like stairs that lead down to the basement. And I saw from the corner of my eye like a shape I hadn't seen before, but that area is like dark. Like the area to the bathroom and the lights aren't on, it's a dark area, so you could like in fact just think you're seeing something, but it's a dark pocket. But the thing that made it weird was I saw it and then I saw it retreat.
That's the worst.
And that's when I was like, all right.
For the love of God.
Yeah.
You get a lot of visitors, actually. You get a lot of visitors that come through.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's like your energy or Leo's energy. Maybe they pick, because you have cats, which cats typically, aren't they supposed to like ward off things that aren't meant to be? Not just like mice and stuff. I thought cats for sure were like.
No, in fact,
protective.
animals are more likely to bring it because they can see them.
Interesting. Do you think they want to be seen? I thought they didn't want to be seen. I guess it depends on.
Like ghosts?
Yeah. Or there was like a rule, like you're not supposed to be seen.
I think it depends. I don't know if there's a rule. I'm not dead yet, so like I'll let you know when I'm on the other side. I'll let you know when I go see, Beetlejuice. But
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a rule, but what I can say is like the cats see them. Dogs see them too, right? Like pets know.
Oh, my Isabella, my little Yorkshire Terrier poodle cross, would see shit all the time at my old house.
So in fact, it almost like if you're trying to reach somebody, you would want them to have a pet.
Yeah.
Right? Because then we connect directly to that pet. We sense what's going on with our pet. Just like how your pet like can sense when you're sad, you're crying, like they know what's going on.
Oh yeah, that's true too. I know. I hate seeing things out of the corner
and
of my eyes too.
they see in a different light spectrum than we do. That's why they see them. That's a water fountain.
Oh, I was like, I'm hearing people talking now.
No,
See, now I'm like in my head about
fountain.
it. You know, when I was watching, I still watch Sam and Colby all the time, but I used to like binge their content like all the time. I would like videos I'd seen like 1,000 times. I would watch it 1,001 times, and just like that's all that would play in the background, whether I was like physically watching it or like doing something else, and it was just on. I would have it on all the time, and it got to the point where like I wouldn't see anything, but I would like smell foreign perfumes in my room. And I'd be like, sorry.
You'd be like, get the fuck out of here.
Leave it. You smell like shit. Chanel number 5 is not my scent, and I need you to go home. But it would be like womanly perfume like that, like older perfume, something that I wouldn't own. I have vanilla scented everything. So I would like smell perfumes that weren't mine. Window closed. Like my sister doesn't wear these perfumes. It was weird. I would wake up, like almost every night on clockwork. I would wake up around 3 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes a little earlier than 3, sometimes a little later than like 3, like 4 something. And I would just get this sense that like I wasn't alone in my room. You know, again, I couldn't see anything, but it's that feeling I would have at your apartment where I'm like, somebody's here. I don't know where they are, but somebody's here. And sometimes it would feel distant, like they're back in the corner of my room. And I would like feel like safe enough that I could go back to sleep. And sometimes I'd wake up and I'm like, I swear to God, it's like right here. Like it could touch me if it wanted to. It's like right here. And I had to stop watching their content because I just felt like I was like absorbing whatever energy was like in their content. Like I was like, I don't even know if that's possible.
Yeah, or if it's like you can manifest that shit, right?
And I think that's what it was. It's just like when you're surrounded by it so much, you're almost like welcoming it.
Or you're manifesting that. Like, that's what an egregore is.
Yeah.
You manifest those, right? Those don't exist. You just manifest them.
Exactly.
You
And
can manifest things all the time.
I think that's what I was doing. So I had to stop watching their content.
That happened
for
to
a
me when I
while.
was watching Ghost Adventures. I
Yeah.
had to stop.
Yeah, exactly.
And I would watch that in the apartment building that we lived in, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. I can't binge watch it because it's intense. Like, it's, and when you see stuff, you get excited, and like, if you're, that's the whole thing, right? Like, is I'm convinced that they come to you because if you're gonna, they want a reaction out of you, right? You're
For
you're
sure.
a power bank to them.
Well, it's like a bully, you know? A bully's not going to pick on you if you're just like, all right. It's boring. That's boring. They want you to be like, oh, what was that? You know? They want you to chase it.
Well, they want the energy.
Yeah. Very much that.
That's why ghosts hang around areas that have high energy, right?
Yeah. That's why I do really try not to engage with it. Sometimes I can't help but like feel like I'm having like a stare off. Like it's like I can't look away from a certain spot in the room even though I want to, and I don't know if that's also me giving an energy. I do struggle with that, but like in terms of having like an outwardly physical reaction, I'm very good with like keeping my cool for the most part. Like if I can, I will roll back over and go to sleep and pretend it's not there. Like I'll think it away.
I think if you have like the internal reaction, it's over.
Yeah, and so I always do. Secretly, I always do. I have to like kind of calm myself down and be like, just relax. Like it's the wind, it's this. Like you're imagining things, you're overtired.
Oh, see, I do the opposite.
Oh, you give into it.
I don't give in. I acknowledge it.
Oh, see, I can't. I'm too scared to do that.
I acknowledge it and then I say, get the fuck out of here. I'm like, I see you, go.
See, I'm too scared to
Get
say
out of
anything
here. I
out
don't want you
loud.
here. Sometimes I feel like I've chased them through my house.
Sarah just running around.
I'll with a broom, I'll like chase them out of my house.
That's funny.
I'm like, get out.
Your neighbors are like, she's like, oh, the fuck is she doing?
Yeah, if you're fucking around with my shit, like if you're poking around corners and stuff, I'm like, get out. Get it. Like, we're not doing this.
You know what's interesting? So that corner leading down to your basement, I use that bathroom because there's like a bathroom and then like right next to it is the basement. And every time I go to that bathroom, I always have to look down the stairs.
I do the same thing because I'm like expecting to see a person standing there.
100%, 100%.
And I wonder how much of that is just like you playing tricks on your mind. The same thing happens to me when I wake up in the middle of the night. Sometimes I expect to see somebody sitting at the foot of my bed.
Oh, interesting.
Looking away.
Looking away from you.
Yeah.
I wonder why that is.
I don't know, but it's like little things like that where I'm like, I don't think that this actually exists. I think I just manifest this image in my mind.
I think so. I mean, a lot of that, and I have to take responsibility for someone that introduced you to horror movies, is I think a lot of that is like the media we consume, and it like we just internalize it.
But not even that. Like, there's the collective dreams that people have and collective thoughts, right?
Yeah.
Some people will be like, do you ever have this dream? And it's like, holy shit, yeah, I've had this dream. You've had that dream too? And they're like, yeah, I've had that dream. It's like a collective dream that everybody has. I feel like those fears have to collectively exist because, like, when horror games and stuff come out, people are like, this is literally my fear. And it's like, well, wait, you had the same fear that I did, which is like you wake up and somebody's sitting at the foot of your bed.
Right,
and you look away and then you're scared that they're going to be looking at you.
Right, or like when a open door, behind the open door, it's so dark that you can't quite see.
Or like a good example is the back rooms.
Yeah, that's
right?
true too.
That's a shared collective fear of people's.
Yeah.
Liminal spaces is terrifying for people. And everybody has dreams where they're roaming within liminal spaces. That's why Skinamarink is such a scary movie. Mm-hmm. Is because it gives that. There's a game that that came out recently that I'm going to be playing, and it's called Subliminal.
Okay.
And you start off in your childhood home. But like liminal spaces are like back rooms. You know what liminal spaces are, right?
Yeah, yes, yeah.
And liminal spaces took like a huge popularity within video games. People were playing liminal space games for like 2 years there.
Yeah.
And people were very uncomfortable about the liminal spaces, right? You have the pools room, you have the childhood playrooms, you have the old home that you grew up in as a child. But
the malls that are
but no one's
desolate.
there.
Yeah.
It's all desolate. And that's a shared fear and a collective dream that everybody kind of had.
Mm-hmm. It's true. I actually, weirdly enough, had a dream last night about it. Yeah. But it was like I created the world myself. Like it was like an enclosed city, but it was like right on the beach. And like you couldn't get out. Like they completely locked it on like it was almost like a long rectangle of a city. And you couldn't get out on either side. And I was just like exploring it for a while. And there was people there. Like every now and then you'd bump into people. But for the most part, it was just like a maze of nothing.
No, for me, it was my reoccurring liminal nightmare was usually my childhood home.
Yeah.
And there was something there with me, but it was not human.
Right.
And that's the worst nightmare I've ever had. I told you about this story.
Yeah.
And then the other one was pools.
Pools is so funny to me. I get
You've
it.
never
I get
had a dream where you're surrounded by pools and water slides?
Nope.
And like, really?
Nope. Not pools, no.
I used to have this reoccurring dream that I was at my childhood swimming pool, and I was an avid swimmer. Like at a young age, I could swim to the deep end pretty well. I'd jump off like the slide and all this kind of stuff, and I'd be in the pool and a cage. There would be like a wall with a cage on it, and the cage would open up, and a large shark would come into the pool with me, and I couldn't get away from it.
That's terrifying.
And I was alone in this pool.
No, that's actually terrifying. I've never had that dream. I had that same fear of like sharks at swimming pools.
There's a game that I watched somebody play recently. I'm going to send you the link. They're like in this game, and it's a pool room, right? They're surrounded by water slides and everything's clean. And then they like turn and something slithers away in the water.
Oh no.
And I'm like, that's exactly what it was like for me in those dreams.
Yeah, no, I didn't have those water dreams.
I never had the backroom dream where you're in like a yellow hallway.
I never had those either. I did have my own childhood home where I felt like it would just went on forever, but it was just my childhood home.
I had the neighborhood ones where you're alone in a neighborhood.
Oh, I think I've had those. I've had it like I'm at like a park, but it's like a weird like maze park kind of thing.
I had a dream. This one's wild. And it's funny because I was just talking to my parents about this of the old neighborhood I used to live in before I moved into our neighborhood.
Yeah.
And it was kind of cul-de-sac-ish, but it was bigger. So you drive in like from the mainish road, right? It's all suburban at that point, but you drive in from the mainish road. There's one way in, one way out, minus maybe an alleyway or two, but most of it's one way in, one way out. You drive in through the main road, and then it forks like this, and it turns into a circle and goes uphill.
Oh.
And then houses along the edge, houses along the inside, and in the middle was mostly houses. Like it would go like this, that's the outside of it, and then the inside was like this, and then skinnied out for houses.
Oh,
so most of it was houses on both sides, but when you entered in, if you took a left, there was like a grass spot.
Okay.
With two swings kind of in this open field, and then you had a little bit of space with the open field, and then it was like trees and a basketball court in the middle.
Oh, okay.
And I had a dream once when I was little that I was in this neighborhood, and I was trying to get out of the neighborhood because no one was home. My parents weren't home. No one was like, no lights were on in anyone's houses. And I heard an ice cream truck as I was on the streets, and at some point I knew that the ice cream truck meant me harm, so I was trying to avoid it. And on one side of the basketball court, there's like a tuft of trees and then a mailbox in front of it. And when we were little kids, we would hide behind the mailbox inside this like little canopy of trees and like fuck around. Like we would climb the trees, or we had like little fort stuff in there. We would hide like our like little gadgets and stuff. It was like this little tuft.
Okay.
Probably a great place for a homeless person to sleep, but we never had homeless people in there, thank God. And then we would usually jump out and scare our parents if they were running to get mail and things like that.
Right.
I was hiding in my dream in this little tuff because I was scared of the ice cream. There was an ice cream truck going around in a circle, and when I turned on the basketball court, there was spotlights, which is not a thing in real life when I lived there. There weren't spotlights, maybe street lights, but there weren't spotlights.
Right.
There were spotlights, like basketball court spotlights, white, bright spotlights. And in the middle of the basketball court was a large SpongeBob mascot. A large SpongeBob mascot.
Scary.
Dancing in the middle.
Ew.
And everything else around it is dark. It's like nighttime at this point. And the ice cream truck is still going around. So I have to somehow evade the ice cream truck and be quiet enough to avoid the SpongeBob who's dancing in the middle of the basketball court for me to make it out of the neighborhood. I don't remember how that dream ended, but I do remember that part of the nightmare.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
That's actually terrifying. How do our like dreams become so scary?
I don't know.
Aren't we supposed to be like escaping into dreamland?
My dreams have always been scary
We've
though.
always
Like
had terrifying dreams.
I don't know why, but most of them usually end pretty sour, or they go wild. Like one time I had a dream where I like was with the Harry Potter gang,
Love that.
and we ended up in like a dragon's den, and
Oh.
we like each found our own dragon to fly out of the like little cave with, and then we flew off and we like saved people, and it was really cool. But it was like very vivid. I have very vivid dreams,
I
and they're
also.
either very action packed, or they're very scary.
I'm very close to you in the sense that like I have very vivid dreams. Like they're like essentially movies, mini movies happening within my head. And they're either action packed as well. That's actually more common. But the other thing that happens is like I'm sneaking. Not so much scary. I don't have terrifying dreams where like I'm feeling like a high sense of danger or that like I wake up and I'm like like those kind of nightmares I don't really have. I'm not terrified in the dream, but I'm usually sneaking around. Like I'm being chased, but it's very subtle. It's not like a full sprint for my life or like whatever, but I am
If I'm being
sneaking.
chased, I always know I'm being chased, and I'm acting like I'm being chased.
See, I know I'm being chased, but it's like again like I have to be very clever about it. I can't just run. Kind of thing. Like and like my dreams again, like there'll be like random like I can go through the attic and then all of a sudden I like go and then there's a ladder that leads to the kitchen. You know Matilda when it's like she goes and then like she like runs down the stairs into the kitchen and like hides under the table. That kind of my dreams are sort of like that.
And you just see their like feet like running by you or something.
Yeah, very much. And then I have to like skedaddle this way. I usually have people with me that are like helping
You should
me.
play scary games. That's what that is.
I do want to play more scary games.
That's what that is. You
I
have to
just-
stealth everything.
I know. The thing is like I can stealth in my dreams. In real life, I don't think I have the patience.
I literally just played a game where you're like on a ship. It was made by the developers of Amnesia.
Cool.
And you're on a ship, and then this like alien fucking mutative creature comes on board and starts like mutating everybody. And you have to avoid these characters by distracting them. So I'm like in the basement of this, like, I guess it's not a ship, but like, this is the best way I can explain what it is. And you have to like throw a bottle and then go into another little like cranny and then throw another bottle and go into another cranny, and if you accidentally like miss and it hits a wall and it bounces in front of you, you have to fucking hide.
Yeah,
because
you
now
have to
they're
go.
coming to where you are. Like that was majority of what the game was.
Those games are so much. They are very interesting. That sounds kind of like Last of Us, where you have like the
Worse, like scarier, but yeah,
oh
you don't have a gun, you can't fight,
see it's you can only hide.
you can literally only hide. Amnesia's like, these are the developers of Amnesia.
Yeah,
You ever play Amnesia?
I've watched PewDiePie play it
Okay.
before. I've never
You
played it
can't
myself.
you can't fight it, you can't even like, so you have to be stealthy, and you can't even fucking look at it in Amnesia or you go crazy.
That's right. I forgot about that part.
Yeah.
Very realistic in that point, because I mean, most people don't fight. No, know how to fight. I don't own a gun. I don't carry. You know. In no situation would I ever just be able to like pull out a gun and be like, well, fuck around, find out. That kind of thing. I'm a hider. I was really good at hide and seek as a kid. Really good at hide and seek.
I don't remember if I was good.
I was very good at like hiding in plain sight. To the point where like I remember my cousin trying to look for me for like half an hour. And like he technically found my hiding spot. He just couldn't see me. I was smaller at this point, so like we had a closet door that opened, but it like crinkled. Do you know? Like it opens like this. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's ones that slide and then the panels like come together.
Yeah, and so I hid in between the panels. And like he just didn't open it all the way for it to fully close.
Oh.
So he peeked into the closet and he didn't immediately see me and just assumed I wasn't there.
Oh, see, when I was really small, my go-to was hiding in the linen closet, taking blankets out of a basket, hiding in the basket, and putting the blankets on top of me.
That's another good one, is like the laundry basket.
And then my dad would check and he wouldn't see me.
Yeah, exactly. And they'd be like, I remember him going to my mom and being like, I can't find her. Like, I don't know where she is.
And your mom's like, Spencer, get the fuck out here.
Yeah, eventually, like, she was like, okay, like, I'm sure she's around, like, not thinking much of it until she couldn't find me. And they're like, Spencer, this isn't funny anymore. You have to come out. Like, Like, you have to come out. And so I'd reveal myself. And, like, it wouldn't even be like, they weren't like, wow, that was impressive. They were like, that pissed us off. We spent so long looking for you. But I was like, I wasn't hiding that hard.
Yeah, when we played hide and seek and you can find us, you'd yell ollie ollie oxen free. And you'd have to come out.
And you would have to. Oh, no, we didn't have that rule.
Because if you don't come out, now it's like, all right, check the dryer, check the washer, check the fucking, check trunks. They might be like stuck somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Check the washing machine. Is it on?
We weren't allowed to go to the washing machine or the dryer to hide.
I was never taught that as a kid. So I would go into, not the washing machine.
Kids died that way, Spencer.
I know. But the dryer, I would hide there. Absolutely.
Do you know what I saw recently? In like it was a lighthearted video, but my like that reminder of like don't hide in washer and dryers made me like think of it. There was like a guy and he was hearing some noises and he like went into his laundry room and the dryer door was open and his cat was sleeping on top of the laundry that was inside the dryer. And nothing happened. The cat was totally fine, but my heart sank because I remember my mom being so adamant about don't be in the dryer, don't do anything in the dryer. That I was like, what if you didn't look? Like,
it's true.
That shit scares me so bad. So yeah, we never went to the washer. We never went to the dryer. We weren't allowed to go outside. We weren't allowed to hide in anything that was heavy. Mm-hmm. My go-to hiding spot was my parents had this like junk closet that like they threw all their shit in, and I would climb on top of stuff and then hide. But then I'd get scared because I knew that there were bugs in there with me, and I was like, I don't think I can last forever. Because if a centipede crawls up me, I'm gonna burn this place down.
Isn't it funny how at some point you get like self-awareness? I don't know if I was talking with you about this or who I was talking about, but like I used to love to lay in the grass. Like that was my favorite part about the summer, was just sprawling out in the grass, and it was so soft and lush, and the sun would beam down and I could lay there for hours. You know, sometimes I would nap in this grass, honestly, when I was like a little kid. And then I dawned on me one day that there's bugs in the grass, and what they crawled in my hair and crawled all over me, and crawled in my ears, and like I hate being like directly on grass. I need like a blanket down first.
For me, one of those moments was when I was a little girl. I was in elementary and we had taken our shoes off to run in the grass.
Yeah.
And I stepped on something, and I felt so much pain, and I realized that I had stepped on a hornet, and it stung my foot. And I have never walked outside bare feet ever again. Even when we're on the beach and stuff, when we went to like, I would wear shoes because I was terrified I was going to step on a creature.
That's actually so valid. My sister and I were running in our backyard. Again, we were very, very little, and she was chasing me. And we were running. And then all of a sudden she started to scream out in pain. And I turned around and I was like, what happened? And she's limping away. Like blood trails are following her.
Did she step on a piece of glass?
She stepped on a nail.
Oh
and
my
it went
God.
through her foot. I remember her lifting her foot up to my dad, and the nail was just sticking out of her heel. And he grabbed a hammer. This is the early 2000s. He grabbed a hammer, ripped it out, and was like, okay, we're going to hospital.
Yeah, we need to get you a tetanus shot now.
Yeah, I don't like, my memory of it makes the nail look so much bigger than probably actually was. Of course. Because if it was a big nail, I don't think he would have ripped it out the way he did. Mm-hmm. I don't think it was as deep as like I remember it being. I think she would just got like the tip of it. It was enough to hurt. But yeah, she had to go get like a tetanus shot immediately. Like I don't think she was bleeding too much. Obviously, again, I don't think he would have ripped it out of her like he did. But like in my memory, it was like this thick fucking nail halfway through her foot. Mm-hmm. And after that, I was like, I need to...
When I hit my head, so for anybody who doesn't know, I feel like I've told this story before, but I have a scar on my head. When I was a little girl, I lived with my my aunt and uncle for a little bit, and in order for me to stay there, they had to build a bunk bed for me and my cousin to sleep in her bedroom.
Yeah.
And she was the oldest, so she got the top bunk, and I was like pretty pissed that I didn't get the top bunk, but I was trying to like make the best about having the bottom bunk, and I was jumping on my bed, and then I jumped off the bed, and I smashed my head on the metal edge of the bed, and there may or may not have been a nail there, and I cut my head and I like sliced the top of my head. And I was wearing Snoopy pajamas, pink pajamas with Snoopies on them, white Snoopies, and my or maybe it was white, doesn't matter. It was light enough, and my cousin screams out, and I'm like, "Oh, ow!" And then And again, this could maybe not have happened, but I remember it so vividly that I remember looking down and seeing my white or light pink Snoopy pajamas going dark red.
Oh my god.
Like blood dripping down my head and my pajamas going completely red,
And just getting soaked.
soaked in blood. And my cousin screaming, and then my aunt and uncle running in and going like, "Oh my god!" And then I don't remember what happened. I now know that I didn't get any stitches. My other aunt was a nurse, so they called her right away. She came over and helped me with my injury. And it maybe didn't bleed a lot. I mean, heads bleed, so I believe that it bled quite a bit because heads really bleed.
Yeah.
But it could have maybe not been that dramatic. But I remember time stopped when I looked down and saw blood going down my pajamas.
Did you ever like pass out?
I could have, because I don't remember like them caring for my head at all.
So, oh, maybe you just like as
I
soon
remember
as you saw
looking
the
up and
blood,
seeing my aunt putting a cloth on my head, but that was it.
you probably you either passed out or like severely dissociated.
And then like I don't even remember, like, did they wash my hair? Like what did they wipe my face? Because if blood is dripping down me,
yeah.
the way that I think it was, then like, what do you do with that? Do you put me in the shower? Like, what do you do?
What do you put me in the shower?
You give me a bath? Like,
I don't know.
you're not sending me to bed with a fucking... I do remember I had like a bandage around my fucking head like an idiot.
Did they take you to the hospital at all?
No.
They're just like, fuck
If
it.
they did, I don't remember. But my aunt was a ER nurse.
Oh, she probably was like,
So she literally just came over. She was like 5 minutes away.
it probably was like blood dripped from your head onto your shirt. Probably not enough. Obviously, if you were like bleeding out, you probably would have remembered.
I'm convinced though that I saw the top part of my pajamas go dark red.
Interesting. It's hard to say, right?
And like it's hard too because it's like, is that actually true? Because I got my wisdom teeth taken out when I was 18, something like that. But my parents were not able to afford the anesthesia, and so my mom sent me to a dentist that she works with clients like disabled clients with, where they can't get put under, and so they give them medicine to kind of like disassociate and like just lose their memory.
Yeah.
So they could afford that, so they sent me to this dentist to go get my wisdom teeth taken out, and they gave me this medication that basically made me like disassociate out of my body.
Yeah.
But I was still conscious the entire time. And they just like numbed up my mouth. And I remember sitting in the chair, they put on some music for me so I would feel comfortable. I remember disassociating, probably falling asleep a little bit. And then I remember waking up and being half awake, and the dentist going, "She has an infection on her left tooth." And then I pass out. And then I wake up and I turn to my mom, and I, like, as I come out of the, the medicine and I'm starting to wake up, all that kind of stuff, I said to my mom, like, I remember the dentist saying to the other dental assistant that I had like pus or something on the left side of my like wisdom tooth. My mom and dad were like, "You were just dreaming. Like, that didn't happen." And I was like, "Okay, weird." And then lo and behold, it was not very shortly after there, 3 days later, that I had an abscess on the left side of my, like, where I got that left tooth taken out. And that was when I was hooked up to, I like couldn't swallow. And my airway was closing up because it was so swollen, and I had that big goiter on my face. And it was an abscess that was collecting on the bottom part. And when we went to the hospital to go get help, they had told me, "You probably had an infection when they were doing the surgery, and it wasn't caught." And so I was hooked up to one of those medical bags, and they had to pump antibiotics through me for 2 weeks. And they had to like, the incision was already there, so they had to like drain my abscess.
So wait, you woke up and from what you remember, they were talking about the infection. But from the sounds of it, they didn't actually catch it.
They caught it, they just didn't act upon it. They took the tooth out, they were like, "Yeah, she has some kind of like infection." And then they didn't give me any penicillin, they didn't give me any antibiotics.
Oh,
Which is also weird, because when you get your wisdom teeth taken out, they usually give you antibiotics.
Yeah.
They didn't give me any antibiotics, and they didn't give me any tool to clean my wounds.
Oh, well. I mean, you went to like the cheapest place.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Yeah. And so I was due for an infection, and I ended up having like an abscess that almost killed me. But I turned to my parents and I was like, "I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it." Like it was true. And then we went back to the doctor to go talk to him. He was like, "Oh yeah, we noticed like a slight infection on your left side."
That's so interesting. You know what that reminds me of? I watched, this is a TikTok, this isn't my story, but a girl was talking about how she died in a car accident once. And I don't know what happened. I think she was in the passenger seat and she got T-boned on her side and she died and was revived at the hospital. And she tells the story like she, it happened. She doesn't remember anything. People helped her out of the car. She woke up at the hospital. They were able to restart her heart. And she says that her mom, the time of the accident, her mom got a call from her saying, I'm okay. Don't worry. I'm okay. But everybody around her were like, you were not able to call your mom. But the mom was like, no, you called me as soon as the accident happened. And she died in that moment. They were able to, like, obviously revive her, but she died. And she called her mom in, like, almost, I don't know, somehow, some way to be like, no, it's okay. I'm actually fine. And the mom was like, it stuck with me. Because, like, she got the call not long after about the accident. And was like, what the fuck is happening? My daughter just called me. What do you mean she's, like, not breathing? What do you mean she's bleeding out? That kind of thing. That's what I thought maybe was happening to you. Is, like, you woke up in, like, I don't want to say, like, an alternate, again, tinfoil hat.
Oh, I'm convinced I was actually awake.
You were actually there and you heard them
Because I wasn't
talking.
I wasn't put under. And now that I've been under anesthesia, I can tell you, like, I definitely was awake. Although when I was going for my surgery for the ectopic pregnancy, one of my biggest fears was what I had heard is, like, it's a very rare case, but some people get put under anesthesia and they feel everything.
I've heard that too. That was a terrifying story. A girl told it once, I think on YouTube, about how she was getting a major surgery and the anesthesia, I don't think it wore off, but she was conscience throughout the whole thing. Like, she couldn't move, she couldn't talk, she couldn't scream, she couldn't do anything, she couldn't even open her eyes, but she was aware of everything that was happening.
Yeah.
She could feel it,
Yeah.
essentially. Like, it didn't work. It didn't take away, like, it didn't put her to sleep, actually. It just, like, numbed, paralyzed her. But it didn't actually put her to sleep. So
Yeah.
she felt the entire surgery, and she was like, it was the worst thing that ever happened to me. And I heard that, and I was like, I'm never getting a surgery now. It's not happening.
No, it's terrifying. That was, like, the first thing in my mind was, like, what if, I don't know how I react under anesthesia, what if I wake up and I can't move? They've made movies about it.
Oh, I believe it. I mean, it's terrifying to think about, right? That, like, they're putting you to sleep, and then they just get to, like, open you up and do whatever you want, and you have no awareness of it. You just wake up hoping.
Well, it's like going to the dentist and telling when you're a kid and you're like, hee hee, I'm not going to tell them that the numbing didn't work because I don't want to get another needle. And then the minute they start drilling, you're like, I need the needle!
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it's, like, so painful.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, that's why they numb you.
Right? That's like, I used to try to fight, because I've been under twice. Once for my tonsils, and the other time for, I had a tooth in my jaw growing this way, like, in my gums. So they had to surgically remove that. And I remember trying to fight it, being like, LOL, I bet I can beat this. And I never did. And I'm very thankful that I didn't, because I would hate to wake up with someone just fucking inside of me. And not in a fun way.
My husband told me the story that when he was going for his surgery when he was a little kid for the first time, he asked his dad, like, what is it like to get put under? And his dad's like, you won't even make it to 10. Like, if you count, you won't even make it to 10, which is very true.
It
I
is.
remember getting the anesthesia and, like, I felt drunk for, like, a minute, and then I was done.
Yeah.
Like, I remember them putting the mask on my mouth, or, like, on my face, and then I was like, oh, everything's going slow.
Yeah.
And I was like, how is that? Like, I was, like, mumbling, and then I remember hearing them go, like, okay, she's out. And I was still awake, like, I could hear them saying, okay, she's out, and then it went black, and then I woke up in the recovery room.
Right.
But his dad told him, like, you won't even make it to 10. Like, you can count to 10, you're not even going to make it. But he didn't tell him, like, hey, count this way. So Leo goes in for the surgery, and they're putting him under, and he goes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and, like, passes out at 13. And the doctor went to his dad and was like, he was, like, screaming at 13. He got, like, really scared at 10 and then started screaming, like, 11, 12, 13 and was getting really, and then he passed out. And his dad had to be like, oh yeah, I told him he wouldn't be able to make it to 10, but I never told him you have to count Mississippi.
Yeah, Mississippi.
You can't be like 1, 2, 3, 4. You have to be like 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. And he sped through the fucking 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Because he was scared. Then he hit 10 and freaked out. Because he was like, you said I wouldn't hit 10, and I'm hitting 10. And then like conked out at 13. And the doctors were like, what the fuck was that?
They're like no context.
They're like highly concerned for him.
It's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Also, the idea that he like sped to 10, and as soon as he hit 10, his whole world shattered.
He was like, I'm still awake.
I'm like, I don't know what.
And like mid scream, like, oh, I'm passed out. Like,
they're 10.
They're 10. They're like, what the fuck?
Being a doctor in those cases must be like so funny. Like in certain ideas where you're just like, oh, what the fuck did happen? My dad pranked me once when I got my tonsils out. He was like, do you know when you get your tonsils out, your eye color will change?
That's so mean.
And I was like, really? And he's like, yeah. And so my doctor has this whole like posters and shit on the wall as like explaining in like medical detail like exactly what they're going to do. And I was like, okay, but will my eye color change? And the deadpan fucking look on this doctor's face was like, no. And then me and my dad start laughing manically, and the doctor's very angrily, patiently waiting for us to stop. He has no context of what the fuck is going on. He just has to endure our
I get to
insanity.
choose my eye color?
Yeah.
The fuck are you even talking about?
He's like, so like when my eye color changed, and he looked like he wanted to quit his job in that moment. But I was like, I believed it. I was only like 12 years old, but I was like, I'm gonna like my eye color is gonna be like blue.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna wake up with blue eyes. No, that
That's
didn't
so
happen.
mean. I don't know. I feel like they must run into so many situations where they're like talking to somebody and they're like, what the hell did you even say to me? Or like, especially like anesthesia, like when people wake up and they're like under the like effects of anesthesia and they're like just saying things to the nurses. Like you have to like, giggle at that stuff. There's no way you're just like not laughing at that.
Oh, I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that must be kind of low-key the best part is like waking people up from like
Being
like
in the recovery
drug-induced
ward.
coma. Yeah. And they're just like, hi, how are you? And they're like, the penguins are flying.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. No, so funny.
Anyways, I want to talk about something bad is going to happen.
We have 10 minutes.
Thank you so much for joining this
Summarize
podcast.
it quick.
Not what I expected, but I enjoyed. The Dilfer brothers, I'm coming around. I'm coming back around on them.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
What was your favorite part?
Honestly, the wedding. Spoiler alert, the wedding.
My favorite part was when she came back to life.
Me too. I was expecting that.
Where the fuck are my matches?
Yeah, she's like, where's my lighter?
And he's sitting there comatose holding the teddy bear she gave him.
Yeah.
And she's like, where's my matches? Like annoyed.
Covered in blood.
Covered in blood. And she's like, fine, and like walks out, and then that's it.
That's the last he ever sees of her.
Yeah.
I'm confused why he didn't die though. Unless were they soulmates? I'm confused. Like I was kind of confused by that. Like I know the brother and
No, they weren't soulmates. That's why she bled.
But like I don't know. I was confused by the ending because he left her at the altar, which means that it passed down to her. Or passed down to his bloodline, sorry, and that's where you get the whole bloodbath. Loved that part. That was fabulous.
Yes.
And then eventually the family comes back and he's like, I do. Like Uno reverse, actually, I do want to marry you. So, but I'm like, but you already left her at the altar, so like it already set into your bloodline. Can you do that? Can you go back and like actually get married? And then she becomes... But then
because it's his bloodline now, she's impacted by it.
Right, like, I know, like, now...
She's marrying him, so now it affects her again. But, like, it just passed on to his bloodline.
So, like, I know she's,
because she didn't marry him.
Right.
So he didn't die because it wasn't him who needed to, like, marry his soulmate.
But now she's immortal, isn't she?
Yeah, now she's immortal.
Yeah.
Like, once death brought her back. But that was after. She was mortal when she was dying. She bled out because she was mortal.
Right.
But then death was like, because how it lined up, she didn't marry. She left her husband at the altar. He took the soul that was available in the old man and gave it back to her
Okay.
to act as a witness.
Right.
But
Okay.
he didn't die because it wasn't, it just passed on to his bloodline. Like his, the old guy said that he left his wife at the altar and then it passed to her bloodline, but she never died. She just passed it on to her bloodline.
Okay, so it kind of like
And then
he's not
everyone who was
affected.
married died. No one who wasn't married died.
Well, like, so I get that. Like, obviously, it passed on to his bloodline. He didn't marry her in that moment. But then once he did marry her and they weren't soulmates, wouldn't he also bleed out because it's still his bloodline?
No, because it was her who passed it on. She needed to marry him. That was the stakes of the contract.
Okay. I think I was confused.
He was playing witness to her wedding, not his.
Oh.
Now, if he moves on and marries somebody else, and they're not his soulmate, he dies.
Interesting. He would be traumatized for fucking life.
Dude, you don't marry somebody at that fucking point. Like, you...
No, that's what Monty and I were saying. We were like, we'd tell that kid, if we were those kids, like Jude's parents, we'd be like, listen, you can be with whoever you want to be, but by God, you are never going to marry somebody.
But that's the whole context of it, right? When she was doing the whole family tree thing, is she was like, anyone who lived didn't marry.
Yeah, exactly. It was interesting too, like this seance.
No one survived because they were soulmates. On her side of the family.
Right, nobody, which is also an interesting concept of like again, like how would you know somebody is your soulmate?
Well, and the people who ended up being soulmates at the end of the show were like not the example of soulmates you would have assumed.
Exactly.
Which I think is the whole point.
Exactly. I really liked the show. It was a great show, honestly. I had a good time watching it.
It just like I feel like it could have been organized a little bit better, but
Agreed.
I don't mind it. I didn't mind it. And I really like that actress.
Love the actress. She's so pretty. I couldn't get over how pretty she is.
Look, I know, she's gorgeous.
She was so pretty. Every scene she was in, I was like, how do I be you?
I know, she was fucking gorgeous.
How do I look like you?
She was the same in Daisy in the... Fuck, what was that show with the actor who plays Finnick in Hunger Games? I can't remember what show it is, what the title is, but it's that band where, like, he falls in love with his bandmate and his wife, like, witnesses all of it. It's like a real story.
Oh.
Daisy and the Dukes?
Sounds like Fleetwood Mac or something.
It is.
I don't think I've seen that movie.
It's a show. It's not a movie.
I never seen the show.
It's a show. It's a really good show. I also thought that the husband, the one who plays Nick, did you not think that he was a character from My Teenage Pregnancy with Shaylin?
He looked so familiar, but I couldn't.
It's not him.
Really?
No, but I thought it was him.
He looked like, I was like, I've seen you before. Where have I seen you before? Also, I will say, I want to nitpick this. The dad, when they're out hunting, and he's sitting by a tree.
Daisy Jones in The Six.
I've never seen it, but that sounds like an interesting.
It's really good. She plays his wife before she realizes that they are in fact having an affair, like him and Daisy.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
She seems like she would be the one in the affair.
No, she's the wife. Is her name Priscilla?
I love that name.
Hold on.
Great name.
Camilla. Her name's Camilla. That's
Camilla.
ironic because her real name's Camilla. Daisy Jones, Billy Dune are the ones that end up linking up, and they're bandmates.
And she's the wife.
And she's Camilla Alvarez, and they end up having an affair, and she realizes it. It's a really cool scene when it happens.
Yeah. Anyways, so the dad's sitting, holding the dismembered foxfoot, and he's like, I have something to tell you. Me and Monty were like, they're vampires. You know, like he's about to drop some fucking lore.
No, that was the whole point of this show, was that was not what...
I know, but like just the way it was set up was like he was about to drop something dark, something crazy, something like a canon event. And it was like kind of...
It is a canon event.
Not really. Because all he said was like, your mom cheated on me when she was young.
That's the whole point.
But like, I don't know. A part of me was like, that. Who cares?
But like, the whole point of the show is like people who portray themselves to be perfect couples aren't. And the ones who are honest and real with each other, the ones who are messes, are actually the soulmates. Soulmates aren't about perfection of love. Soulmates are about bearing your soul to another person for them to bear witness. And them accepting you.
I
That
get
is a
that.
soulmate.
It's just like the way it was set up. I think it was just him stroking like a dismembered foot, being like, I have something to tell you.
Well, the fox was considered like a sacrificial lamb throughout the entire show, right?
That's
That's why
what I
when she opened the
figured.
bathroom stall, she saw a dead fox.
That's what I figured. I figured it had something like symbolic to do with that. It just was like, again, I was like expecting like more vampires, and it was like, no, you're not. Your mom cheated.
Your mom humped another man.
But I was like, even then, I was expecting to be like, your mom cheated on me, and I'm not your dad. Like that kind of lore. It was like before you existed, your mom cheated on me, and I don't know. I felt like it wasn't big enough for like Nick to have that It was like, okay, my mom was a whore in her 20s.
The whole facade falls down. His whole reality changes. He's like this perfect family, and all of a sudden he realizes none of his family is perfect.
I guess I just like don't relate to that. Because my dad was like, yeah, like we cheated on each other. I'd be like, whatever. I don't fucking care. Sucks to be you guys, I guess.
But he always was like commemorating his parents for being the perfect couple.
Totally.
Turns out he realizes they're not the perfect couple.
I get it. I think it's a really good show, regardless. I thought it was a really good show.
The mom in that show, though, pisses me off, and I couldn't for the longest time realize why. I just, like, really hated looking at her. And not because the actress. It's not about her face. I was just like, she really fucking pisses me off, and I can't figure out why. And then I looked up, like, I wanted to see where all these actors were from once the show was over. And I realized that mom is also the mom in the show that was, like, about that boy who had autism. And she was awful to her son in that show. She like cheated on her husband and stuff.
House? Not House. The doctor? The good doctor? I don't know. Who has autism?
House. House has autism?
I don't probably.
This is fucking stupid. It's called Atypical.
Oh, I never saw that.
Oh, okay.
But good to know.
The mom's awful in that. She's like so...
Is it like intentionally? She's intentionally awful?
Yeah, she sucks in that one. Like,
okay.
She's made to suck in that one. And she does it so well that I was like, I hate your face.
I hate your face. I got really annoyed when the main girl and the guy, Nikki, would kiss each other because it was so like... And it like grossed me out for some reason. I was like, stop kissing like that. I don't know. It was so like loud. The way they were kissing was so like slurpy and loud. It couldn't.
Slurpy.
It was so awful. I'm also in my luteal phase.
You know what the thing
watching it, my luteal phase.
Oh, okay. So the love is not there for
I
you.
was just like, as soon as everybody was like loving on each other, I wanted to fucking vom.
So when everyone died, you were probably feeling
I was
great.
so happy.
Yeah. I still don't understand the whole trunk thing.
What trunk?
Well, before they bang, she has to sit in a trunk.
Oh, I never understood that. I was like, is this a kink? What is she doing in there? That was never explained. You're so right. I actually forgot about that until you mentioned it because it was never mentioned.
They're like about to hump each other, and she's like, "Hold on, I have to do the thing.
I have to do the thing," and then she's just.
And he just puts her in the trunk, and then she just sits there. And then after they have sex, and I'm like, you never address this ever again. I thought that the story about how her and Nick met was going to indicate what that meant, and it had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, it had not. And like, I loved the story of them and not being exposed. But also, girl, she gets her fucking toe cut off for no reason, by the way.
I know, that shit pissed me off too. I skipped that scene. I didn't watch her get her toe cut off.
I looked away. Monty watched it, and I looked away because I couldn't. And then she does it for nothing. And then immediately after, her and Nikki are like on each other, which I guess she needed his cum. But I was like, if somebody
didn't know this show, and this is the context to which they're getting their information.
To drink, by the way, she needed to drink it. Don't ask why.
She didn't drink any of it.
She didn't drink any of it. She cut her toe off for no reason. Immediately after, she starts, having sexual relations. Which I was like, if I had my toe cut off, I'm sorry, do not touch me. I'm not in the mood.
But she needed it.
I know she needed.
But for you to go all that way to
right?
trust that he was going to not stand
just
you up at the altar.
Back down last minute. Which I'm glad she did. Because there's no point in changing yourself for...
Well, and here's the whole thing at the end of the show. The song they picked, too, was, so good. It was just, an indicator that, they were never soulmates. She didn't need to be with him.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it is such a good show. There's weird parts to it, don't get me wrong. It's not perfect, but it's a good show.
At first, it felt like another show that I've seen that was on Netflix for a period of time called something. Alien show Netflix VHS. I really thought that was gonna give me something.
Usually it does. Usually it's pretty good with like mind reading.
Who the fuck is in that show? And where else would he be? I'm really good at this game. I'm gonna figure it out. Hold on.
Okay.
Is he in Candyman?
Didn't see that.
The new Candyman?
Any of the Candymen.
Is he in Candy? No. Is he in... The actress in it, I don't think she's in anything else, so I wouldn't even be able to remember what else she's in.
An alien show, you say?
Yeah, it's an alien show. Hold on.
Firefly?
No. It's like... if you haven't seen anything else I ever tell you, you absolutely would have not seen this.
Okay, then I can't be helped.
Like, there's absolutely no way. Although you should watch it. It's kind of good. It never got another season, which
Unfortunately.
kind of makes sense, but is unfortunate because it actually wasn't that bad. But it is called... What was that?
My tooth?
That was your tooth?
I think so.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Oh, we're good. My teeth have been chipping slowly but surely.
Oh God, I didn't even know what that was. It sounded like you like cracked something over there.
Well, I was trying to chew off his hangnail, so it might have been that.
That's not how you do that. That's like literally the worst thing you can do if you're trying to get rid of a hangnail. From an avid person who removes their hangnails in the worst type of way. You gotta get a little hangnail snipper.
I don't.
Finish the sentence.
I'm making sure my teeth are still there.
Hold on. It's coming. Don't worry. That's what she said.
That sounded way worse than it actually was.
Okay.
Promise.
That's good. Show is called... Hang on.
We're getting there. Don't worry.
Hang on. The show is called... Hang on.
Star Trek.
Hang on.
The whole time it's been Star Trek.
The whole time.
It's an alien show.
It's Star Trek. Hang on.
We're hanging.
Hang on. Archive 81.
No, I've never heard of it.
I thought this show, if you want loopy shows and you've seen something bad is about to happen, go check out Archive 81. It's quite interesting. I thought that this was going to take a turn the way Archive 81 was going to take, like the way Archive 81 took a turn.
Oh, so you were disappointed by the turn then?
No. I thought it was going a different direction.
What did you think was going to happen without spoiling the other show, if you can?
I thought there was some time travel stuff happening.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I knew there was some sort of
I thought there
immortality
was different
happening.
dimension things happening.
Oh. I mean, I won't lie. By the end of it, I was like, oh, this has to do with soulmates. Okay.
I think that's the whole point about this. But halfway through, yeah, I thought it was like dimensional time travel shit.
No. The Duffer Brothers don't do well with dimensional time shit.
Not their name.
I don't give a shit. They still have to earn back their name. They're one step closer, I will tell you that.
So what are they now? Not the Duffer.
The Dilfer. Dilfy.
What is their actual name?
I couldn't tell you. Duff. Like the beer from The Simpsons.
Or like...
Duffy. Is it Duffer? I always thought it was Duffer. I thought for sure it was Duffer.
The Duffer Brothers?
The Duffer Brothers. Or is it the Duffy Brothers?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
I don't know. I'm asking the wrong person. Okay, y'all. Thank you so much for joining in our episode today. If you liked us, you can find us on our socials here.
If you liked us, you can find us.
If you liked us, you can put a ring on it. Put a ring on it. At The Dysfunctional Duo, or _ The Dysfunctional Duo. On Spotify, YouTube, Instagram. Spotify, YouTube, Instagram. TikTok. Fuck, I think I fucked up my tooth. I think I fucked up my tooth. Anyways, thank you so much for joining us today. We come out with new videos every Friday. I'm gonna be at the dentist if you need me. Because I think I cracked my tooth. I don't think I broke
feel
it.
like you
I
just
got
saw
cracked
that
it.
in real time. You saw like the stages of realization to what happened to your tooth.
It just started hurting all of a sudden. I was like, that was weird. I think I cracked it. I'm gonna be toothless next episode, so stay tuned.
I can't believe I just witnessed that. You're like, it's fine, everything's fine. And then you're like, okay, maybe it's not fine. And you're sitting here like, I don't think it's fine.
I don't think it's fine. I think everything is going wrong. Okay, anyways.
We gotta get you some of that enamel Sensodyne stuff.
I use like the Sensodyne stuff. I just like, I fucked my teeth because I'm picking at it. That's why. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.